Okay, so first of all, so you know I'm not lying, I'm gonna put up a screenshot here of the mileage of how far it is from my house and my bank account. So this is gonna be like a longer video because it's really just gonna be me talking about, the whole story of everything about me going down to Florida, what happened down there, the whole journey of getting down there, what it was like down there, getting back up here to PA. And then where I ended up from that situation, what it taught me, um, and where I'm going now. So, first of all, before we get down to Florida, we have to rewind to when I'm back in high school. And in high school, I was a part of this thing in my junior year called Atalo. And basically, what Atalo is a college access program for students. So they pick a group of maybe like, I think we might have had like 15 or 20 students or something like that. And throughout the video, I'm gonna be putting up pictures, so you obviously see those. And what it was, they taught us different soft skills, different things that we need to know to be successful in life. And I'm very thankful for Atalo. They were seriously great. This was, like I said, my junior year. We would come into school 3 days a week at like 5 a.m. And we had these from like 5 a.m. to like 7, I guess. And then school started at um, 7:40, I want to say. Anyways, high school. And then after my junior year, in the summertime, they had college tours, right? So in my college tours, they had a bunch of different locations that you could go to for a trip, right? To go view a bunch of colleges, see a bunch of different things. It was awesome, and I got the opportunity to go down to Miami, okay? And I never been to Miami before previously. I think I might have, flown through there in the airport or something like that, but I never really got to go around the city and explore. So I was excited. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's Miami. I got to go down with my best friend Deshaun. We actually have the same exact birthday. We've been friends since we were little kids. um, but we got to go down to Miami, and it was a great experience. We got to see like University of Miami, FAU, FIU, Barry University. We got a super nice. They rented out an Airbnb. It was like a million, $2 million Airbnb right by the beach. You know what I mean? It was honestly one of the best experiences, one of the most eye-opening experiences that I've had in my life. Just being around that type of money in Miami where you see Rolls Royces driving around like nothing, Lambos, McLarens, just see them around. It's just normal down there. You know what I mean? So I made the decision in my mind. I had this plan, right? So my plan here is I'm going to move down to Florida and live there for a year, live there and work for a year. Because if you live in state for a year before going to school, so I was going to take a gap year, and then I was going to work during that time, get my money up to be able to pay for school, and then after that year, I would get in-state tuition. You see what I'm saying? So I'm getting my money up. I'm living in Florida. I mean, you can't complain about that. And I'm getting in-state tuition once I go to school because me personally, I didn't even care about school. I knew I wasn't gonna. I mean, obviously, I was gonna do well in college because I'm just like I'm not gonna lose. I'm not gonna just do bad on purpose. But my main focus wasn't going to get a degree. That way I could go get a job. I always knew that I wanted to go to the entrepreneurial route. I wanted to make my own money, whatever. So my main focus was to go down there and meet people. Obviously, Miami, have a good time, whatever. So really, I mean, I had my girl up here. I had everything up here, all my friends, everybody. I didn't know anybody down there, but I was like, hey, I'm doing it. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna go for my dreams, and I'm not gonna let anybody stop me. And I think that was really one of the best decisions I could have made because I really did learn so much. But obviously, more on that later. So that was the plan, and then how it worked out. I had a buddy that was also moving down to Florida, a different part of Florida. So obviously, if you know, Miami is down in this part of the state. My buddy was gonna go to school up in Hudson. If you don't know where Hudson is, it's like Tampa. So Miami's down here, Tampa's up here, Hudson is like here, right on the coast, right on the. I guess that would be the west coast of Florida. Um, it's like a small town. It's like an unincorporated town. Basically, they don't have like their own police. They don't have like a mayor or anything like that. It's like a random town. tons of homeless people, tons of hicks. It's like, you ever see the Florida Man articles? It's like that. Picture Florida Man as a town. Okay, that's Hudson, Florida. So I was like, my buddies are like, listen, I'm gonna be going to school down there. If you wanna, I know you're gonna go down to Florida. Maybe we could get a room. And at this point, I mean, where we could split a place together. At this point, me and my friend here, we've been friends since like middle school, like seventh grade, right? So I'm like, psh, yeah, why not? I'm going down, you're going down, let's do it. It doesn't matter to me where I'm at. So I think his program was like 9 months or something like that. So I was like, let's go stay down here. After the 9 months, I'll have enough bread stacked up. I can move down to Miami on my own and then eventually start school. You see what I'm saying? July 27th, I went to Corolla, North Carolina, like the Outer Banks. I had a beach trip with the family because we did this was like the second year. Yeah, so we had a beach trip 2 years prior, and then we skipped a year and then we went again. My best friend Deshaun, his grandmother has a beach house down there in Corolla, and she lets us rent it out and stuff. It's awesome. It's an awesome time. But we were going down there for a week. So July 27th, go down there with the beach trip. So I'm already like halfway there. So my plan is, boom, I drive my car, bring all my stuff. I packed up all my stuff, put it in my car, right? Everything I had in my car. I mean, it's not like I own much. It's just like my clothes, my PC, and some random stuff, right? So pack it up in my car, drive down to Florida. I'm sorry, to North Carolina, Outer Banks. Get down there. We're there for a week, like on vacation and stuff. It was an awesome time. I love that beach. I've been there. I think I've been to that beach house probably 3 times. I went once with my family, once with my friends. That's where we actually went for like senior week. That was super fun. And then once more again with my family on this occasion. So I'm here for a week. It was a great time. Um, Give me a second. I actually have in my wallet. I keep this Polaroid. It's the Polaroid that we took when we were down in Corolla. That's me and all the fam. Cause this is me. Let me see right here. This is me here. My dad, my mom, the fam over here. um, but yeah, so it was a great time, and we just took that pic because everybody knew I was obviously going to Florida after this. So it was a lot of fun, right? So then after this, I take another week because I didn't check into my house down in Hudson for a week after we checked out of the house in Corolla, right? So I'm like, what am I gonna do for a week? So I was like, hey, I'm gonna take a road trip from North Carolina to Florida. So what do you got in between there? You got like South Carolina, Georgia. Uh, I don't know. Maybe that's it. But anyways, I'm going on my way down. I got my car, right. I'm driving down here, and unfortunately, I'm broke. So at this point, I was already broke. I wasn't even prepared enough to have money for a place to stay, for food, and all this type of stuff. So I'm really living like, I guess you could call it paycheck to paycheck. But with DoorDash, you can cash out every 24 hours. So I would DoorDash all day long. I'm talking all day long. I'm talking like from the minute I wake up until 1, 2 in the morning, bro. A whole tank of gas. And the reason I can only do one tank of gas because that's all that I could afford for the day. Because like I said, you can only cash out once a day. And I went to South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. Also, if you ever go to Atlanta, maybe it was just the people I met, bro, everybody was super rude in Atlanta. I don't know what was up with that. All the people in Savannah was super cool though. Everybody was nice there, and it was honestly it was a beautiful town there. But that whole little road trip time, it was cool. I made enough money where, like, I believe I was on the road for 7 nights. I want to say 4 nights out of the 7, I had like a place to stay, like I could rent. I had enough money for Airbnb or something. And then the rest of the nights, I I was just sleeping in the car. Um, but to be honest, it's not really that bad. Everybody makes it a big deal, like sleeping in the car. I mean, obviously, I wasn't sleeping in the car forever, but 3 days, I think you get a pretty good idea of what it's like to be sleeping in the car. And then every other minute, I wasn't sleeping. I was doing the DoorDash. So I bet you can imagine it's putting a lot of wear on my car, right? So then, boom, a week passes by. I'm going on my way down to Florida. On my way down to Florida, my brakes on my car check, bro. My brakes checked. I had no brakes on the whip. I had to brake with the e-brake. I'm literally driving. I'm pulling up to a stoplight. There's a car in front of me. I press on the brake. They literally fell. They fell off. I'm serious. Like, no joke. I remember hearing the brakes fall off of my car. So the brakes fall off. I had to pull the e-brake. I was able to stop with the e-brake. But now, made it down to Florida. Okay, made it to Florida. I go. First thing I go, there's like a beach like 2 minutes away from my house, like from my Airbnb. The first thing I do, go to the beach, peep the sunset. Beautiful, beautiful sunset, nice little beach. People I met there was cool. There was like some beach bars down there and stuff like that. So everybody's cool. It's going great. You know what I mean? I'm hopeful. Everything is like, it is looking up. You know what I mean? My dreams are coming into fruition. I got my car here. My plan was while I'm down here, even though I don't have any money now, I have a place to stay. So in the meantime, while I'm looking for a job, I'm gonna DoorDash. DoorDash in Hudson wasn't busy, but DoorDash in Tampa, I have a picture, a screenshot of that. It was lit. So my plan, Tampa was like 45, 50 minutes. That's important, remember that. So my plan was, I'm gonna just drive to Tampa, do DoorDash all day long, all night long, whatever. Drive back to Hudson, sleep, and do it again, get paid. You know what I mean? And that's how I make my money in between. So I'm trying to find a job. So next day, hop in the car, right? I go to the house, check in, everything is cool, stay in my room, whatever. Next day, go ahead and you know hop in the car. I'm going around looking for places to apply to. I'm driving all around. I'm going in places, knocking on doors, going inside. Um, can I work here? Do you guys have an application? I put in probably within these 2 days, my first 2 days of being here, probably over 100 applications, I would say, either in person or online. I'm talking, I didn't care where I worked either. I'm talking flower shops, pizza shops, um, auto stores, mechanics. I used to work in the shop, McDonald's, Olive Garden, Burger King, Wendy's. I'm talking anywhere, bro. Any place that had a business that was making money, that had employees, I applied there. Okay, but the problem is Hudson was such a small town that they weren't actually hiring anybody. Everybody that they wanted to hire, they already had on staff because it was like end of the summer, I believe this time period. August 12th. August 12th was when I checked in Hudson. So this time period, it's the end of the summer. The college students, they haven't left yet, and all the old people come down to live in Florida in the winter. It's like a common theme, but the old people weren't there yet, right? So the college students are still there working, and the old people aren't there. So there's no demand for new workers. Planet Fitness too was another spot. I was trying to clean the floors at Planet Fitness, and they wouldn't. They didn't hire me. So I'm stuck down here in Florida, right? No job. So I'm like, all right, boom, it's all good. I'm gonna go to Tampa tomorrow, get my money up, keep applying online places, whatever. Also, I'm gonna put a couple clips up of the setup, of the room setup with my PC. I was making beats. I was trying to do anything. You know what I mean? So get in the car next day, ready to go to Tampa, right? To go do DoorDash all day long. The car does not start, bro. The car didn't start. So now, not only do I have no brakes, I have no money, my car is cooked, I have no job, no way to get around. That was my only source of income was my car, and now my car is not even working. So now I'm like, okay, what do I do? So I go out on foot. Up the road there was like a boating store. I don't even they wouldn't hire me. I went into that boating store probably 5 6 times asking for a job. There was like mechanic shops, like I said, pizza shops, flower shops, aluminum working shops. There was a Walmart down the road. Applied at the Walmart. Eventually, I got the job at the Walmart. So boom, car broke down. Couldn't find a job. Now, end of August comes. Okay, end of August, I still don't have a job. Still don't have my car working. Still don't have no money. At this point, I'm living off of ramen noodles. I'm living off of macaroni and cheese. It's $1 for a box. I can split a box into 2 meals. I'm losing a lot of weight. I'm serious. Like when they say like a joke, you college kids live off of ramen noodles and whatever. It wasn't a joke. Like I'm serious. Every day, that's all I ate was ramen noodles. Since then, I had 1 pack of ramen noodles. I think I'm haunted. I don't think I could ever eat them again. Like the Ichi ramen, or not that's the Naruto joints. The That's the other thing. I was really being a degenerate down there. I really like. I'm gonna put up a clip right here. I was smoking. I was hitting the bong. I wasn't really on top of things the way I should have been on top of things down there, and I don't know why. Maybe I was using it to kind of cope for the things that were going on because I had no motion, bro. I was trying. I was trying everything I could. I was applying online. Eventually, the hurricane came, right? Eventually, I found this dude online. What he was basically like a life coach, one of those gurus. But really, I mean, he wasn't really doing it like that. You know what I mean? You know how you got the fake gurus or whatever. I wouldn't say he was a fake guru, but he was not doing it like that. He wasn't the type of guy that you really wanted to listen to if you wanted to improve your life. You see what I'm saying? So I'm working for this dude. Basically, he was selling his services for like $6,000 or something like that, for like to get one-on-one mentorship with him. So I'm working with him. What I'm doing, cold DMing people on Instagram. Cold DMing on Instagram. I'm talking about like hundreds of people a day. Saying, hey, what do you do for work? What is this? What is that? Blah, blah, blah. Trying to spark a conversation to try and show them that I know this mentor that could help them as well. That way he could get on a call with them, tell him about everything, and then sell them. And then if he was able to sell them, I would get a commission off of that. I set him appointments. He never sold anybody. That's what he told me. That's what he told me, that he never sold anybody. I never made any money off of it. But in this process of me reaching out to people, doing these cold outreaches for this fake guru dude, I found Tyler Teague. And Tyler Teague is the guy that I hit up. He had the Lambo on his profile. He had, I don't know, some trips over in Europe or something. He was making money, right? So I text Teague. I was like, hey, what do you do for work? Question mark. And then he told me all about it. He was like, I do virtual sales, blah, 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 blah. And then he told me all about the company. And this is how I found my job now. This is my current job now. This is how I found it. So I get started. I go through all the processes, right? And then boom, end of August, hurricane. There's a hurricane that comes. And mind you, I'm right on the coast, right? I'm right on the coast, so I'm getting smacked by the hurricane. Also, mind you, this house is getting flooded. It's a 1-story house. It's literally right on the canal. There was a canal in the backyard. Like the house was here. There's a little backyard. There was a dock. There was literally a dock that went down into the canal, that floated on the canal, that would rise and fall as the canal went up and down. I mean, it was sick. I would go out there in the nighttime. It was cool. You could see the stars and everything. I would go smoke out there. It was honestly a sick spot, right? But it was not good when the hurricane came. Whole house was getting flooded. So boom, hurricane comes. Hurricane is coming. It's like 2 days away. I think it came on a Wednesday. On a Monday, I'm freaking out. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I was like, my plan was get up on the roof and try and stick it out or something. Try and just stay inside. I put some sandbags in front of the doors because I couldn't get away. I had no money. I think at this point I think my parents might have sent me some money a couple weeks ago. And I think maybe I had like $50 left. I think I had like $56 left. I took an Uber because the guy that I was renting the house from, I was staying at an Airbnb. It was like a long-term stay at an Airbnb. The guy was renting the house from, he had another house over in Tampa that he was letting me stay at. I mean, which was super awesome of him. Like, I'm so grateful that he even allowed me to do that. I mean, he didn't have to. He could have just been like, look, there's a hurricane, you need to get out the house, you need to figure out something else. But he actually allowed me, to stay at this other house in Tampa, right? So I was like, oh, that's awesome. But I didn't have my car. My car is not working still. I couldn't get it to start. I tried different things. I spent money on it. I took the battery out of the car, threw it in a backpack, walked 2 miles to a AutoZone or O'Reilly's it was, um, just for them to test the battery and tell me it wasn't the problem. And then I had to walk back, and then I was doing a whole bunch of research. I tried different parts. I tried this, that. It ultimately came down to just be the starter. It was just the starter. I don't know why we didn't try that before. I asked my dad. I asked everybody I knew. Anyways, my car didn't work, so I had to drop 50 bones out of my 56. I think it came out to like $52 on a Uber to go from Hudson to Tampa. But now I had a place to stay. Okay, so I'm doing okay. I had a place to stay. I had like $6. I hit up the store. I got a pack of ramen. You can get a 12 pack of ramen for like $3 or something like that. Crazy deal. I'm telling you, forever struggling. That's the struggle meal right there. I got some. I think I got a box of like pasta noodles and a jar of pasta sauce. Came out to like $2. So boom. Now I got food for at least. I mean, the ramen pack was 12. You can get that out for 6 days. A box of ramen, at least a week and a half. You feel me? I think I had some pancake mix from the house or something. So I mean, this is what I was eating down in Tampa: pancake mix, macaroni and cheese, pasta, and ramen because it's cheap. I, everything was cheap. I didn't have anything else. Um, that's all I had to eat, which is honestly crazy if you think about it. And I did lose a lot of weight. So now we're talking like September time, right? So at this point, I found SSBH, the American Income, who I work for now. Amazing company. Globe Life is our parent company, one of the largest insurance companies ever. um, and then it's like middle of September now, right? So to get licensed to sell insurance, you have to take a course, and then after you take the course, you have to pass a test, right? So I take my course. Usually the course takes about 2 weeks. If you're doing it a couple hours a day or whatever. I sat down at my computer and I took the course for, I think it was 14 hours straight or something. This guy that I was on the coaching call with, he was flexing to us because he took his course in 20 hours straight. So you already know I had to beat him. So I took it in 14 hours straight. I scheduled my test. That was $150 for that course. Thankfully, my mom helped me pay for that. Well, she did pay for that. She didn't help me. She paid for that. And then the other $50 for my actual test, she paid for as well. So, even throughout all this, my parents didn't give up on me. So I'm thankful for that. But I mean, I hope they wouldn't. I guess, a 19-year-old kid. I didn't know anything. I didn't know what I was doing down there. I was tweaking out. I didn't have any money. I couldn't get a job in Tampa because I wasn't going to stay in Tampa long. But the problem was after the hurricane came through in Hudson, the whole house got flooded. I'm talking about they had to redo the drywall, they had to get new furniture, they had to get new appliances. So I'm stuck in Tampa for like 2 weeks, bro. 2 weeks, no bread, no food. So I'm stuck over here. I go to take my test, right? Now I didn't realize my PC, it doesn't have like any external speakers because I use a monitor. Okay, so my monitor obviously, doesn't have a speaker on it. It's just a monitor. So my monitor, they wouldn't let me. When I have my headphones on. I have like my gaming headset, right? I go to take my test for my insurance license. They wouldn't let me take the test online because I had headphones on. They said I needed to have external speakers or else I couldn't take the test. I said, bro, I don't have any external speakers. There's nothing I can do. They said it was like some Indian people, bro. They were saying if you don't have speakers, you could be playing something through your headset and you could be cheating on the test, blah 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 blah, all this other stuff. So basically, I spent $50 on this test. my last $50, and they didn't even let me take the test. They didn't even let me take. I put it on the credit card. Because mind you, I had 13 cents in my bank account, but I also had two credit cards, which were fully maxed out by this point. They were. I think my credit limit at the time was like 1,300 or something. But I mean, 1,300, it might not seem like a lot of money, but when you're 19, you have no income, you have no way to make money. 1,300 is a lot of money to be in debt, to be missing payments on. You see what I'm saying? So that was my last $50. So then I had to wait for them to refund my test. That way I could try and retake my test. I mean, but it would be the same thing until I got some speakers. So I didn't even get to retake my test when I was down in Florida. Then middle of the month comes, it's like September 15th, 16th, and my girlfriend and I's 3-year anniversary was actually September 17th. I'm so thankful for her, everything that I've put her through. She's always stuck by me, and she actually flew down to Florida to be with me. So she flew into Tampa, got an Uber to my house, and we were staying together. She bought me food. She would send me DoorDashes. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do everything for money. I tried different drop shippings. I was trying to do anything I could. I found this thing where you could like sell your poop online. Like they would give you money for your poop. That way they could do testings on it. So you had to take like physique pictures and pictures of your poop, all type of different stuff. I'm dead broke. I'm trying to figure out something to do for money. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, went to Tampa to avoid this hurricane. I'm down there for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, and then my girlfriend comes down. And she's down here with me. We're celebrating our anniversary. It was an awesome time. I'm so thankful for her. Honestly, I love her so much. She's gonna get a ring soon. Y'all gonna see that on the channel eventually. And then my friend, remember my friend from earlier who I was gonna room with down here? He flies down, right? Well, I believe he drove. Him and his mom drove down to Florida. So they actually went to the Hudson House first, right? So I was told what they told me, they're just gonna drop this stuff off at the Hudson House and then come and pick me and my girl up and then take us back to Hudson. That way, we could go back home because the house was done at this point. So I had one room, and then there was another room as well that didn't have air conditioning, right? I told the landlord that the house didn't have air conditioning. They never got it fixed. When I get back to Hudson, I had my stuff in the one room. They switched all of my stuff out of the room. They took everything out and put it in the other room with no AC. And I'm like, the thing is, they didn't even ask me. They didn't even ask me if they could do this. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty butthurt about this. I was. That's the reality of it. I was butthurt because, first of all, you didn't even have the guts. You couldn't even ask me. You couldn't even shoot me a text, shoot me a call. Hey, is it cool if we switch the rooms? But, I mean, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the house because his mom was spotting us for the house. We still had to split rent. Me and him were splitting rent. I didn't have the money for rent. Thankfully, thank God, my mom was actually covering my rent for these months. She wasn't mad at me. She wasn't anything negative towards me. She wasn't obviously happy that she had to do that, but you know what I mean. She wasn't anything negative towards me. She didn't put anything against me. So I'm thankful for that, of course, because obviously I didn't have any income. I didn't have a job. My car wasn't working. Nothing was going right for me, right? So then me and my girl are down here. Actually, my friend's mom takes us to the Walmart up the road. She actually bought us a bunch of groceries. And me and my friend, the plan was, we made the plan before we even got down there. We're just going to eat the groceries, whatever we want. And then when we go back to the store, after everything is gone, we'll just split the price, right? So we'll get whatever we want, and whatever groceries we get, after we buy them, we'll just split the price. So then my girl goes back up to the house, right? She leaves Florida. We celebrate our anniversary, whatever. So I'm still searching for jobs. Walmart actually got back to me. Now at this point, it's like end of September, right? It's like end of September. Walmart gets back to me, so I'm like, yo, I'm about to get a job. We're up. You know what I mean? So I actually started my job at Walmart October 5th, I believe. Yeah, October 5th. So at this point, I'm still living off of ramen. I was a cart pusher at Walmart, but I was making $14 an hour, so I wasn't complaining. I was part time, but I was trying to get as many hours as possible, just because that's the only position they had available for me at the time. But now I'm getting paychecks, so things are looking up. It was a 2 week pay period, so that first paycheck came in. It's like $600, and I'm like, yo, like I can buy food, I can do stuff now. I can live. Another paycheck, I can pay the rent, and I'm good to go. And then my friend, he's like, yo, you can't keep eating the food anymore. And I'm like, well, what do you mean, bro? He didn't even. The other thing is, he didn't even talk to me, bro. Like he couldn't even talk to me like a man, bro. He sent me a text saying I'm cut off from the food, and he left a little bit out in the kitchen for me because he just put all the food in the closet that was my room that he switched my stuff into. But the whole situation down there was just, it was rough. The whole thing was rough, man. But truly, I'm thankful that it happened. So now at this point, I have money now, right? So I was able to buy some chicken. I bought rice and beans. I bought more ramen. I bought some eggs. I bought some bacon. I bought a couple fruits. So you know what I mean. I can live now. I have food to eat off of. So I work at Walmart from 2 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night, and then clock off. So things are looking up for me, right? I got another job lined up at Walmart. I'm sorry, not at Walmart, at Circle K down the road, because I live like here in the middle. Walmart was like half a mile up this way. Circle K was like half a mile down this way. So the plan was I work at Walmart from 2 to 11, and then I started over at Circle K at 12 o'clock at night, like PM, AM. Well, I guess it would be AM. And then I worked at Circle K from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. And then I could walk back home, go to sleep, do it again, right? So boom, now I have two jobs. Things are looking up. Now, the day before I started at Circle K, so my friend has been down here for about, I want to say about 3 weeks, 2, 3 weeks, a month now. Um, and then he started school beginning of October as well. I'm sorry, like end of October ish. He went to school for 6 days, and then he has a talk with me the night before I started at Circle K. I started all my training. I had to do a whole bunch of computer work and stuff. We're up till like, he was like, bro, I need to talk to you. So we go out to the dock. He was like, all right, let's smoke quick. So we smoked, and then he tells me that he's dropping out of school. And not only is he dropping out of school, he's moving back to Pennsylvania. So not only is he moving back to Pennsylvania, but he's gonna stop paying the rent. So I mean, I can't cover both rents. I just now am starting to make enough money where I can almost pay my half of it. And that's besides the point of me buying food or anything else that I need. So how am I supposed to cover both ends of it? You see what I'm saying? So at this point, I really had no choice, and it kind of put me in a bad position. So now I go to Circle K the next day. I started like 8 a.m. or whatever. I walk down here, um, and I'm sitting all day in this. They had me sitting on a 12 pack of Coke, like the Coke cans. I was sitting on a 12 pack of Coke, and I had a computer, like a laptop, on top of three other 12 pack of Cokes. That was my desk. It was a 12 pack of Coke, and then three stacked up of the Coke. But at least they had me, like the big gulps or whatever they're called, the big water containers. I could get unlimited soda for the day. But that was the only day I worked at Circle K. I was just in the back filling out those stupid trainings and this and that. It was horrible, bro. If I'm being honest, it was horrible. I didn't sleep the night before because my friend just told me this. We were up till like 6 in the morning. I started work at like 8. I didn't get a break at Circle K. I was working from like 8 to 5. I mean, next day I had to quit Circle K because I was leaving. So right as things are looking up for me, I got a job, I got a paycheck, I got another job by the start. It's gonna start going well, right? This is after about, I would say, probably 2 months of me being in the absolute trenches, bro, with no hope, with nothing to my name. Things are looking up, and then obviously the ball got dropped on me, and everything, the whole plan got messed up. But at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. So I had to quit Circle K, and then my parents had already planned to come visit me, like I think in the next week or something, next 2 weeks. So I had to tell Walmart that I was gonna be quitting. I met some cool people at Walmart. Caleb, if you're ever seeing this, I appreciate you, brother. I hope everything is going well for you and your girl. Um, Let me get a drink. All this to say, after this, I had to pack up all my stuff, go back to Pennsylvania. Now, obviously, there's a lot more that happened. This is more of like the condensed version. This is the condensed version of the story here. Basically, everything that happened down there, everything that, and I'm driving back up to Florida. My dad actually paid for my car to get fixed up. And then by the time we got the car fixed up, we had to get a new alternator because it got messed up in the flood. The car's overheating now because I don't know, the radiator fans were messed up. So we're driving. Me and my dad are driving back up to Florida. We would drive for a couple hours, or not even an hour. We probably made it up like an hour, and then we had to stop, let the car cool down, put more coolant in it, drive another hour, stop, half an hour, drive, stop half an hour. It was pretty crazy, but it was a fun experience. If I'm being honest, the whole thing was a great learning experience. I feel like I've matured so much as a person since I went down there. I feel like the person that I was when I went down there and the person I was when I came back is two completely different people. I feel like I aged, like, mentally, years ahead. I feel like I'm years ahead of the people that are that I went to school with, just because of those experiences, just because of all those trials and tribulations. And at the end of the day, if none of that happened, I would have never found the opportunity where I'm at now. They call it opportunity unlimited here, and really that's what it is. There's really no cap on what you can do here. It's really infinitely scalable here at American Income, and I'm very thankful. I'm grateful to God for putting me through that, because how can you expect to be tough? How can you expect to be mentally resilient if you're not going through things that are testing you? You know what I mean? Maybe it was just one big test. Maybe it was just God showing me, hey, I got bigger plans for you. Hey, you're doing something different. This is what you wanted. You're doing something different. I'm telling you right now. But either way, as far as me and that friend, I actually got him a job over here at American Income, because after Florida, things weren't really going too well for him. He was kind of upset with the way everything went down between me and him, with him having to drop out of school and everything like that. And so I was trying to help him out. Things have been going super well for me up here at American Income, so I actually brought him in to the company as well. He quit the other day. He didn't make it through training even, but he quit. But no hard feelings between me and him. But I don't know how things are gonna go with that relationship, if I'm being honest. I feel like maybe the door is closed there. And I feel like that's a hard thing to go through, but it's like, that is what it is at the end of the day, if that's what it has to be. You know what I mean? And I feel like I said, I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to even go through something like that. There's so many people that are so afraid to fail, so afraid to go out on the limb and take a risk. Like, think about it. I left everything behind here to go down there and start this new life. I failed. I fell on my face and I failed, but I was starting to get it up. It was starting to turn around for me. And I feel like that whole experience of failure, that whole experience of everything that I went through, it's just opened my mind. It's just made me so much tougher. It makes these other things in my life seem so trivial. You know what I mean? And I almost fear getting too complacent now, getting too comfortable, because comfort, like I said in the last video, there's no growth in that. I feel like that period was probably one of the worst points of my life, but it really shifted my mind and put me on a trajectory that I wouldn't be on if it wasn't for that. So I can be nothing but thankful, nothing but grateful for everything that happened. And I think that's how we need it. I think that's the best mindset for any trials and tribulations, because God isn't gonna put you through something that you can't handle. You feel me? God isn't gonna give you battles that you can't fight. And the Bible says we can do all things through Jesus Christ who strengthens us. So we can do anything. Anything that he puts in front of us, anything that he puts on our plate, we can chew it down. But anyways, y'all, I appreciate you. I could chat on this forever, like I said. If you want me to go more in depth about different parts of the story, leave it down in the comments. This video here, I just want to put it on the channel. That way it's here. That way in the future we could look back at it. We could see the story, see where we started. Right now, I'm here in my mom's house. I'm back up in PA. I'm living with my mom and my dad still. All that. Right now it's March. Let me see. March 19th. So this video is probably gonna come out in my edit tomorrow. It's gonna come out the next day. And everything is going up from here. I mean, I came back to PA to regroup, to kind of figure out, to get my money up, re-stabilize myself, and become prepared for the next journey that I'm gonna embark on. And that's why I started this channel, to document the things that I've been through and the things that I'm gonna go through, the journey that I'm taking to get to the places that I want to be. And I appreciate y'all sticking along here with me. You know, I'm so thankful to even be here, just on this earth, just breathing every day. I have the opportunity to do something. I have an able body. I have a roof over my head. I don't have a bed anymore. I got rid of that, but I have a place to sleep. I have food every day to eat. What more could I really need? Obviously, I'm tracing the finer things in life. I have a beautiful, loving, caring girlfriend, wife. I have awesome parents. I have a great family. I have great friends. I have a great opportunity to make money, to work from home, I've met so many awesome people over here at American Income. Doors have been open for me ever since then. So I really think that every valley is followed by a peak. I'm not saying this is the peak here, but we're definitely going up. The day comes before the dark. It has to be nighttime before the sun can come up. You feel me? So sometimes you just gotta push through. Just keep your head down. Keep trying to grind through. I know it's tough. I've been there. But just keep trying to grind through it. It'll work out. Everything works out in the end. Keep trusting on God. Keep your faith strong. Keep doing what you got to do every single day, and it'll work out in the end. Don't be a degenerate. Don't get too harsh on yourself. Don't become too down. It'll work out. I promise you. Everything works out in the end, okay? Make your name mean something. Please do something with your life. Do not just let your life go to waste. Please. I don't want to do that. If you want to do that, please don't even be on my channel. I'm serious. This channel is not for those type of people who want to do that. But Like I said, I'm gonna edit this up, throw the flicks all up in here. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, any thoughts, comments you might have. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. Remember the name, Joshua Doyle. Peace.